I think I've performed my duties so far as best man pretty well. Some of you might agree. I've sorted the stag do out as much as possible. I didn't lose the rings. And I did keep any of Paul's old flames away from the hotel. To be honest, I can't take all the credit for that though, because the recent foot and mouth outbreak did play a big role. That is as bad as it gets. I know it's traditional for the best man to go on about how many girlfriends the groom's had, but I've decided not to do that because it's embarrassing for the bride and all concerned. But all I will say is, mate, 72 turned out to be your lucky number one. I'm sure that everyone agrees. Luisa, you do look stunning. Paul, you look great too, mate. It's just to show me how to copy my outfit. I've read a poem to mark the occasion.
Is that something to picture?
I don't know. I've written a poem to mark the occasion, so I'll just read it. So it's June the 11th. At last it's here, no more delay. For Luisa and Paul, it's finally come. It's their wedding day. What an honour to be chosen as best man. Paul had all his friends to choose from, I have to say. It's just a shame for him. They were both far too busy today. You may now be wondering how Paul found Luisa his salvation. By chance, it was fate. It's Marshall Toyota, that romantic location. while at Marshall's, Paul saw her and his heart was toast. He was in sales and she was a host. I checked your star signs to see if you were a good match. All I could find out is Luisa, you're easily Paul's greatest catch. He loves golf and football, he's nobody's fool. He supports Tottenham Hotspur and hates Arsenal. There's some bad rhymes in here.
He loves us!
Not yet, anyway.
What's taking Paul? He's a very bad driver and tries he might. He can't park and struggles with his appalling eyesight. When I first met him, I have to say, I wasn't too sure whether or not he was gay. He looks snappily dressed with a feminine touch and enjoys going shopping far too much. He owns some hair straighteners and thinks it's the tops. He can also be moody and prone to the strops. Luke can also hold a grudge for ages, and Paul knows that it stays, especially if he's been bad. The grudge could last for days. He booked tickets to see Robbie Williams in Paris with no girl to take. How dumb. He couldn't manage to pull in time, so had to invite his mum.
That's true,
Paul was a member of a girly club called Angels. He used to mingle. A gentleman's club in Peterborough, but only while he was single. He had to give up his membership. No more nights with the Angels deep side. He now spends his time with me at the golf club instead, poor guy. A golfing story that has to be told. Paul had a dump behind the He had to go and used his golf towel to wipe his arse. It's true.
It's true.
Well, Luisa wasn't happy. She gave him loads of flack. Not because he crapped outside, because he didn't bring the towel back. There are plenty of other stories of Paul's exploits near and far. I'll be happy to tell you them later. Just buy me a drink at the bar. They both have expensive tastes. She loves handbags and all the effects. All around down the market, they're known as posh and becks. Paul, tonight, my friend, the pressure is on you. Make sure you don't drink as much as you normally do. Good luck tonight, Paul. You're the man, you're the groom. Perform to your best, but don't forget your nan's in the next room. I discussed the honeymoon with Paul. He said something about Wales for a peak. Well, his exact words were he was going to bang her for the week. Paul said if I do well today and don't turn him too red, I could do it all over again the next time he gets wet. By now I should know if my speech has gone well. I really hope so, otherwise Paul will give me hell. Enough of this now, let me tell you of the one thing we know matters most. It's time to give these two our best wishes as you join me in making the toast. You can see Paul and Luisa are so happy. They really do light up the room. So for the wedding of the year, ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses to the bride and the groom.
Bride and groom.
Before I finish, I've got a couple of telegrams I need to read out and received. First one's for Luisa, from Paul's old football team. Best wishes for the day. We found Paul useless in every position. We hope you have more luck. And from Paul's doctor as well. Hope it hasn't been too stressful and the blood pressure's okay. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Stay up the lager as we discussed, and remember, it can happen to any of us. Mr. Dishel, to finish my speech with some advice for the newlyweds. So I went for this. The first bit's for Luisa. Remember that men are like fine wine. They start out like grapes. It's your job to stamp all over them until they mature into something that you'd like to have dinner with. Women are also like fine wine. They start out fresh, fruity and intoxicating to the mind. Then they turn full-bodied until they go sour and vinegary and give you a headache. Stop the clock.